तिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So welcome everyone in this morning session. So last time we discussed 4 pillars of dharma. Dharma lies on 4 pillars. What are the 4 pillars? Austerity, mercy, cleanliness and truthfulness. So these are the 4 pillars of dharma. So dharma is standing over all these 4 pillars. And in this age of Kali Yuga, these 3 pillars are already broken and 4th pillar is about to get broken. So that was our discussion last week. So today, truthfulness, kuch bachi hui hai. But gradually it is also diminishing with time. So today we are going to discuss, we have many times heard this word surrender. What are the components of surrender? It is very easy to say we should surrender to the Lord. But what does it practically means? We discussed that devotional service means to practically engage oneself in Krishna's service. But particularly today I will be discussing surrender have certain components. Our acharyas have given a definition of surrender. Today I will discuss that point. So before that I would like to bring one thing in notice. There are different types of preaching. Okay, what are the different types of preaching? Preaching means we are going out and explaining people about Krishna consciousness. That is one kind of preaching. Another kind of preaching is we are here and we are preaching each other about Krishna consciousness. And third is preaching our own mind about Krishna consciousness. These are 3 types of preaching. Going out and preaching, going out and preach. Second is we are here, so we have many people around us, many newcomers to preach them. And third is to preach and convince our own mind to take to Krishna consciousness. So these are different kinds of preaching. So when we preach, we should not just introduce them the rituals. Do this, do that. No. Preaching means to preach the philosophy. Preaching means to preach the philosophy. When it is said that when why become clear, how becomes easy. When somebody is convinced that why I should practice, then how I will practice, how will I prioritize my activities, they will understand. Anyone will understand. So preaching means to make them clear why we need to practice, why there is a need of spirituality, why there is need of chanting, why there is need of reading Shastra, why there is need of association of devotees, why is it important to give up sinful life, why is it important to practice the aspects of dharma. So preaching means to convince them in why factor, why we should do this. Okay. So for example, if some newcomer has come up, so instead of telling you should come to Mangal Arati, you should tell why is it important to come to Mangal Arati. Getting? Instead of telling them to chant, you tell why is it important to chant. What are the benefits of it? So everyone is interested in what is there in it for me. ये करने से मेरा क्या फायदा होगा? What benefit I'll derive? Everybody is interested in benefit. So therefore, when we approach someone, so we should try to tell them the benefit they are going to derive. It may be the academic benefit, professional benefit, like material side of benefit, or spiritual benefit, whatever. So we should introduce them. We should tell them about the benefit that they are going to derive by practicing these principles. That is called preaching. And gradually they'll become interested. Okay. And second thing, a preacher is never discouraged. Preacher never think that the other person is not interested or other person is not serious. We should try our best to make people serious. We should try our best to preach them. And out of 100 people, if we'll preach, at least 5 will come up and accept. That is a great success. So there is no question of being discouraged. We have this golden opportunity. We have the big library. We have more than 300 students. So if we preach to 300 students, at least 3 people will come. They'll take to Krishna consciousness seriously. So that's the great success. Even 3 people or 5 people or 10 people are taking to Krishna consciousness. It's a great success. So we need to learn the art of preaching. So all these sessions I am conducting so that you learn the art of preaching, learn the basic techniques, basic philosophy, so that people become really interested in that. Another way of preaching is to address their problems. Now everyone have certain problems. Either someone are facing financial difficulties, family pressures, results. They are not getting favorable results, or someone have relationship issues. So there are different people have different categories of problems. Some have addictions to intoxicants, some have addictions to mobile phones, some have addiction to different. Some are struggling with their bad habits. Some are struggling with their own mental anxiety, stress, depression, whatever. So addressing each one's problem, this is also kind of preaching. And ultimately preaching means making friends. You make friends gradually, and gradually when as friendship is growing, you can gradually give them the principles and they'll accept. Yesterday I was reading in a book that that book was written by one of Srila Prabhupada's disciples, Shyam Sundar Prabhu. So Shyam Sundar Prabhu, before coming to Krishna consciousness, so he was involved in drug business. Interestingly, once he said, Srila Prabhupada, very soon we are going in jail. So he was very sad that because I have done something bad in my previous count, so I'll have to go to jail. So Prabhupada was in a very jolly mood. So say, what's the problem? Krishna was also born in jail. But then anyway, why are you going to jail? So he said that, Prabhupada, I was involved in drug business. So Prabhupada said, I was also involved in drug business. I had a pharmacy. So Prabhupada was just trying to, what Prabhupada meant is, what background you're coming from, what you have done in previous life or previously, in this life, what you have done previously, doesn't matter at all. If you come to Krishna consciousness, there is whole scope of improvement. There is always scope of improvement. There is always scope of, say for example, if this room, it is locked and there is no light from last 30 years, how much time it will take to lit up the light, say lit up the entire room? If I lit up a candle, if I'll switch on a light, how much time it will take? There is a room which is in dark from last 5 years, another room is in dark from last 10 years, another room is in dark from last 20 years. And if I lit up a lamp simultaneously in 3 rooms, which room will be enlightened early? Same. Doesn't make any difference. Similarly, if I was not practicing Krishna consciousness before, and today I have started to practice it, it's wonderful. So anyone with any previous account of sinful life, can accept Krishna consciousness at any moment. That is the glory of this Krishna consciousness. And therefore, a preacher doesn't judge. Preacher doesn't judge that this particular person is coming from what background, what he has done, what he is doing. We preach and we expect them to, we have this expectation that they should accept Krishna consciousness, but it's not a fact that they'll accept it immediately. Someone can accept immediately and someone can take long time. I am experiencing this. So many students came in my association, like I was guiding them, and so when they were with us, they were practicing, but afterward they left. But gradually after 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, now they're coming back. Again they're calling, Prabhuji, how can I start my bhakti? How can I start my chanting? How can I? So why? Because Krishna has designed this life in such a way, this material world in such a way, that someday or other you have to realize that material happiness is not sufficient. In fact, material happiness is kind of a miserable happiness. It's happiness, at the same time it's miserable. So pure happiness you will not find there. You have to come to Krishna. So gradually, so it is said preaching never goes in vain. Whoever will preach, it will never go in vain. Someday or other the result will come out. It may take 10 years, 20 years, 50 years also. No problem in that. But it will never go in vain. Why some people catches Krishna consciousness immediately? Why some people doesn't catch it immediately? Say for example, there is a grass, a bundle of grass. Dry grass versus wet grass. So dry grass immediately catches fire, but the wet grass, it takes time. Constantly, if it is in fire, initially smoke will come out. If gradually, it will take a long time. Similarly, there are people, those who are just like dry grass, they take Krishna consciousness immediately. You just introduce them and they become very, very wonderful devotees. And some people you try hard, try, they won't turn up. But that doesn't mean we should become angry with them or discouraged with them. We should constantly try. We should make certain plans how to bring them in Krishna consciousness, how to inspire them. Gradually they'll come. And the best method of preaching is to become friends. Become friends, introduce them chanting, introduce them books, and let them continue at their own pace. And specifically, we have this particular model where we do not force anyone. Like we have our different bases running around. So we have a very strict standard there. ITR base, we have a very strict standard. We expect everyone to get up by 4:30, and they are following that. You cannot expect somebody sleeping there until 6. Most of them are chanting 16 rounds. So we have that because college students, they have, they can be more inclined naturally. And we do not expect everyone to follow like competitive students. We do not force them. But still, we have made this system. If somebody can accept it, it's a very nice thing. So anyway, therefore, we should try to preach, internal preaching. Whoever is coming, let us bring them. You can bring them to my office. I can talk with them. I can speak with them, and gradually we can introduce. So, yeah, but we will work upon improving the standards of base. We have to work upon that. So gradually, you all can make plan. Standard in the sense morning program standard. Everything else is already standardized. The accommodation is standard. The food is standard. So everything is standard. Only one thing is missing: standard morning program. So that we need to introduce gradually. So today's point of discussion is surrender, components of surrender. I'll just speak for it for a while. So surrender have 6 components. How many components? 6 components. You can note these down. What are you counting? Surrender. So you're counting surrender in material world versus surrender in spiritual world. Yeah, but yeah, these are the what happens once one surrender. But how to surrender? What are the components of surrender? Am I surrendering or not? That we are going to discuss today. We have discussed what happens when one surrenders. This happens. But today we will be discussing how to surrender. It is, we say, surrender to Krishna. Sarva dharman prityajya mam ekam sharanam braja. Surrender. But then how to surrender? What are the few components of surrender? So that we are going to discuss today. Aditya, you have a copy pen. Yeah, you make one copy particularly for spiritual subject matter. So note down these six components of surrender. So these six components of surrenders have appeared in Shastras, and also our acharyas have written it. So note it down. The first is dainya or humility. Dainya. The six components of surrender we are discussing. First is dainya or humility. Second is atma nivedana. Atma nivedan. Then atma nivedan. Third is atma nivedan means offering oneself to the Lord. Atma nivedan, offering oneself to the Lord. Atma nivedan. Then oneself to the Lord. अपने आप को भगवान को समर्पित करना, like offering oneself to the Lord is called atma nivedan. So dainya and then atma nivedan. And third is gop triptve varana. Gopa triptve varana. Gop triptve varana. That means considering the Lord as one's master. As one's master or one's master. And fourth is avashya rakhibe Krishna vishwas palan. Avashya rakhibe Krishna vishwas palan. Palan. That means to have the faith that Krishna will protect me in any circumstance. To have that faith that Krishna will protect me in any circumstance. Fifth is bhakti anukul matra karyera svikar. Bhakti anukul matra karyera svikar. Karyera svikar. Accept, in English you can say accepting favorables for devotional service. Whatever is favorable in devotional service, accepting that. Whatever favorable in devotional service, accepting that. Bhakti anukul matra karyera svikar. Whatever is favorable for devotional service, accepting that. Accepting anything which is favorable to Krishna consciousness, accepting anything which is favorable for a bhakti. So what should be the sixth point? If fifth point is accepting the favorables, and what should be the sixth point? If fifth point is accepting the favorables, so sixth point should be unfavorable. Rejecting the unfavorable. Bhakti pratikul bhav varjan angika, rejecting the unfavorables. So how many are there? These are the six aspects of surrender. First is the humility. Second is offering oneself to the Lord. Third is Lord is my master. Fourth is Lord will protect me in all circumstances, having this faith. Fifth is accepting whatever is favorable for our Krishna consciousness, and sixth is rejecting the unfavorables. So it is said that Shadanga Sharnagati hoibe jahar tahar prarthana sune Shri Nanda Kumar. It is said whoever have these 6 aspects of Sharnagati, his prayers are always received by the Lord. Lord listens to his prayers. Lord listens to whose prayer? One who have these 6 aspects of Sharnagati. So I'll little bit elaborate the 6 aspects. First is the humility. What is the humility? Now humility can be defined in various ways, but what do you mean by humility? Being humble. What does it mean by being humble?
Insaniyat.
Being humble. That is mercy. Kindness is mercy. Humble, humility.
Simple.
Simple is simplicity. Humility, namrata, vinamrata, humility. So humility is important in spiritual life. Why? Simple reason, if you are not humble, you will not learn. You have to humble yourself before the Lord, and you have to humble before yourself before the spiritual master, so that you can learn. That's all. Now at that point, I remember there is one, you must have heard about that guru. He is very sad. The guru who is very sad, you know him? You not heard him? His name is Sad Guru. Yeah, he is very sad. His name is Sad Guru. So Sad Guru once said that even if God comes, I will not accept him because I know better than him. Somewhere he told this. I shot this clip. He said, even if God comes and tell me, I won't accept because I know better than him. So this rascal is saying, what he is saying? I know better than God. That means he is missing the aspect of humility. Then if he is saying that even I will not accept what God will say, another video I saw, he said, I don't need to read Bhagavad Gita. Why should I? I have all the knowledge that is required. Why should I refer to Bhagavad Gita? That means he doesn't want to humble himself before the Lord and his Lord's instructions, Lord's representatives, which is the first aspect of Sharnagati. If I am Sharnagat to the Lord means what? First I must be Sharnagat towards the devotees of the Lord. I must be humble enough to accept their guidance. Humble enough to accept the guidance means I am ready to listen from them, I am ready to take instruction from them, and I doesn't get offended when they offer me corrections. Okay, I am ready to learn from them, there is no doubt. But the moment they will chastise me, I become offended. That means I am not humble enough. Humble enough means, what do you mean by being humble? Accepting guidance. Anyone who knows better than us. And if that person points out some mistake in us, not get offended by it. If you are not getting offended, means you are truly humble. But if you are getting offended, who is he to say me like this, suppose? So that means we are lacking the quality of humility. And people have the big, thick egos. The moment you will give them some correction or some guidance that you must change this particular instinct from yourself. So they become heavily offended. That means they are lacking the quality of humility. So Prabhupada writes, humility means one should not be anxious to have the satisfaction of being honored by others. That is the definition that Prabhupada writes. Humility means one should not aspire for, honor and respect from others. He's down to earth. That is called humility. Okay, I am not aspiring for respect, but somebody has disrespected me, I am not also getting offended. That the best example is Jesus Christ. So Jesus Christ came in this world to guide the innocent souls, but there were envious people who actually blasphemed Christ and ultimately crucified him. But still Christ was having positive attitude toward them. What to say of disrespected? They actually killed Christ. They actually crucified him. But Jesus Christ said, Lord, kindly forgive them because they do not know what they are doing. So the best quality of humility we can understand. So Vaishnava means he have these qualities of humility, tolerance, etc. So being humble before the Lord, being humble before the Shastras, being humble before the spiritual master, being humble before the senior devotees, being humble towards the all living entities, not expecting honor, in return giving them honor. And if someone has disrespected, not being offended. Okay, somebody has disrespected me. I may say that I have not offended because I am not, in return I am not saying something. But I am holding the grudges within my heart. That also shows that I am not humble enough. Real humility means you just forget and forgive. Not even remember that someone has done something wrong to you. And there are examples of great saintly people in past, those who had this kind of caliber. If someone had offended them, disrespected them, insulted them, even abused them physically also, verbally or physically, but not only they forgive that person, they accept that person as their own own brother. So this is the quality of a devotee, and this is the starting of surrender. Humble, dainya. One should not be proud of his activities. One should not be proud of his attributes, qualities. There are people, if you go to them and you preach them about Krishna, they say, who are you to preach me? Who am I? Once I was doing book distribution in Indore. So I boarded a train and there were some students sitting and I gave them Bhagavad Gita. What are you giving to me? Bhagavad Gita? Who am I? That boy said. I said, I don't know, who are you? I am an IITian. You rascal. Don't you read Bhagavad Gita? I never said you rascal because this is also against my principles of humility. If I feel like this, then I am not humble enough. But I am just telling that, you see what this person is saying. You don't know, I am an IITian. I said, well, what can I do then? If you don't want to take, what can I do? So some people have the pride of their qualities and attributes and their qualification and their success. The success is hanging over their brain in such a way that they cannot accept any good instruction. And therefore they can never come closer to God. So humility is the first aspect of surrender. Second aspect of surrender is Atma Nivedan, offering oneself to the Lord. It's very high principle. We won't be able to understand it as of now. Offering oneself to the Lord, what does it mean? Bali Maharaj was of this example. Bali? The story of Bali?
Yes.
So Bali offered himself to the Lord. Atma Nivedanam. Very high principle. It's not easy for us. Humility, we can at least start to practice. Atma Nivedan is very high. Third is Gop Triptivaran, accepting Krishna as master. Actually, you should write accepting Krishna as the only master. You add the word only. You add the word only there. There are people on Monday they go to Shivji, Tuesday they go to Hanumanji, Thursday they go to Sai Baba, Friday they go to Santoshi Ma, Saturday go to Shanidev, Sunday they take break. They go to one personality for some time. If their desire is not fulfilled, then they change the person. So like this they are changing. So this is not the aspect of surrendered soul. Surrendered means Krishna is my Lord and Master. Being convinced philosophically, being convinced emotionally in all the ways. So So for devotees it is very important to understand. We are surrendered means we do not accept anyone as our Lord and Master. We accept anyone and everyone as in relation with Krishna. I may go to Lord Shiva because Lord Shiva is devotee of Krishna. I may go to Durga because Durga is devotee of Krishna. I may go to any demigod because these demigods are servants of Krishna. So I accept each and everyone in light of Krishna. But for me, my Lord and Master is Krishna. I have told this example. I told that story once. I was going to Maharashtra. So some people, that Sai Baba story I didn't told. I have told. No, you forgot. Not here. Okay. So once I was going from Bhubaneswar to Mumbai. I was having some work. So in our coach, in that particular seat, so opposite to my seat there were 3 people sitting, and they were from Puri, and they were going to Shirdi, Sai Baba. So, well, I asked them, where are you going? In due course of conversation, so they said they are going to Shirdi. Well, and then I asked them, so you are from which place? You are coming from which place? Say we are from Puri. Wow. And then my blood was literally boiling. I asked them, my dear sir, if you'll get to know, if somebody will WhatsApp you a photograph that your wives are with some other men on the bed, if you'll receive this photograph, say for example, what will be your situation? So they become, completely surprised. Sadhu is talking like this. I said, tell me, if you'll get to know that your wife is with someone else on a bed, how you'll feel? So naturally will feel it's shocking. Your situation is like that. What does it mean? You have left your own husband, Swami, Jagannath Swami, your protector, and going to Sai Baba. You are from Puri. Okay, for outsiders, those who are not Uriya, okay, who is their Swami, they are confused. For Uriyas, it is convinced. You must be convinced, your Swami is Jagannath. So, leaving aside Jagannath Swami and going to some other person, is it not prostitution? This is not Vaishyavritti. It's not Vabhichar. And they become literally shameful. But what they can do? Already half distance crossed. So, na idhar ke rahe, na idhar ke rahe. But the fact remains same. Krishna is our Lord and Master. We cannot accept anyone else. This is the principle. This pride we have. Krishna is my Lord and Master. I am Krishna's servant. I am Krishna's part and parcel. I cannot surrender to anyone else. So this understanding is very important for surrender. So we give respect to everyone. We give respect to demigods also. But in a light of Krishna, they are connected with Krishna. Therefore, they are. So, for example, the Shani Deva. So Shani Deva is the servant of Krishna. Surya is a servant of Krishna. Surya and Shani, like Yamraj and Shani, are 2 brothers. They are both siblings. They are children of sun god. And what are their work? So whoever doesn't practice bhakti, so before dying, Shanidev actually gives them trouble, and after dying, Yamaraj gives them trouble. So both job is to give trouble to those who are not surrendered to Krishna. So we should see demigods in that light. This is very important quality of a devotee, surrendering on to Krishna. If you are not convinced who is Krishna, get convinced philosophically. For that we have books, we have philosophy. But we need to get convinced. It's not sentimental or emotional feeling that we are carrying. No, it's a philosophical understanding. Yatha taror moola nishechanena tripyanti tatskanda bhujopashakha pranopahara jathendriyanam tathe sarvaharanam achyutejya. In Bhagavatam it is said, what happens when you put food in stomach? The food distributes throughout the body. The energy distributes throughout the body. What happens when you water the roots? That nourishment, that water, that it reaches all the parts of the plant. Similarly, when you offer your respects to Krishna, all the demigods become satisfied, because all the demigods are part and parcel of Krishna. But this is the right way. Wrong way is you put dal here, you put sabji here. Will it work? No. This is avidhi purvakam. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, leaving me aside, you are going to demigods. This kind of worship is avidhi purvakam, not the vidhi. It's not the right way. Right way is to deposit tax in income tax department, and from income tax department it will distribute everywhere. But if you go to each department and give some, what will happen? It's a bribery. It's not the right vidhi. Right vidhi is to you just give the tax, and from tax it will get distributed everywhere. You just pay the GST, and from GST it will get distributed everywhere. Vidhi purvakam. And avidhi purvakam is going in different department, under the table giving them money. So similarly, when we are satisfying Krishna, yasmin tushta jagat tushti. If he is satisfied, everyone else becomes satisfied. That is our philosophy. And he is the one who can accept our worship. No one else have this capacity. Stomach is the one which can accept the food stuff, and in return give metabolic activities. It will return energy to different parts of the body. But who is the bhokta among all the body parts? Who is the enjoyer? The stomach is the enjoyer. None of the other limbs have this capacity to enjoy. Only stomach can enjoy. You give food to the stomach, and stomach, it's up to stomach, it will distribute everywhere. Once upon a time there was a strike. Head was saying, I am thinking so much. Eyes were saying, I am seeing so much. Ears were saying, I am listening so much. Legs were saying, I am walking so much. Hands were saying, I am working so much. But his stomach is sitting and enjoying, eating, that's all. Will not cooperate. So now whatever came to hand, so I will not cooperate, I will not go to stomach. Food is there, I will not move. Why I should move and get things for stomach? So gradually what happened? All the limbs become weak. Now they could not understand why we are becoming weak. You are becoming weak because you are not serving the stomach. You are here to serve the stomach. And if you serve the stomach, the return result will be, you will get nourishment. So the stomach is the whole, and these body limbs are the part and parcel. The duty of the part and parcel is to satisfy the whole, and once the whole is satisfied, nourishment travels everywhere. Similarly, we are part and parcel of Krishna. If Krishna is satisfied, all the part and parcel become satisfied. But if this hand will try to independently satisfy itself, I have a rasgulla, I will not give it to stomach. Neither this hand will be able to enjoy, nor the other limbs will enjoy, and the result will be after some time this hand will become weak because it will not get nourishment. So because people do not know this philosophy, they do not know who is the enjoyer. Krishna is saying, Bhagavad Gita, I am the only enjoyer. Hand cannot be the enjoyer. Leg cannot be the enjoyer. The enjoyer is the stomach. It has this capacity to enjoy. Bhoktaram yajna tapsam sarva loka mahesharam. Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, I am the bhokta. You offer it to me, it's my duty, I'll just distribute it everywhere. So therefore, to understand this Krishna is my Lord and Master, we need to understand it philosophically, and we need to convinced about this fact. Another example I would quote. Say for example, there are so many demigods. At least there are 33 crores demigods, 33 crores of demigods. If you'll give 1 rupee for each demigod's worship, so how much money you require for satisfying all the demigods? At least 33 crore rupees. If you spend 1 rupee in one demigod's worship, can you do that? Can you do that? Is it practical? No, it's not practical. Next, second thing, if you are, and from 1 rupee you cannot satisfy any demigod. That is another story. If you want to satisfy all the demigods, and if you can spend only 1 rupees for each demigod's worship, then you require at least 33 crore rupees to worship everyone. But unfortunately, with 1 rupee, these demigods are not going to get satisfied. 1 rupee you will not even receive 1 rasgulla, what to say of anything else. You cannot satisfy them. Now also I'll select 10-15 demigods, I'll satisfy them. Okay, so these 10-15 will get satisfied. and then rest will become envious. Rest will become envious. You have satisfied this demigod, you have not satisfied me. So they'll fight among themselves. They'll not fight among themselves. They'll say, okay, you have satisfied him and not me. Okay, I'll create problem in your life. So one demigod is happy with you, another demigod becomes angry with you. Whole messed up situation. Just see the condition of Indra. The Vrindavan party, they were always worshipping Indra. 1 year they decided will not worship Indra. Krishna said, no need to worship Indra. So Indra forgot that throughout their lives they were worshipping me, and for 1 year they haven't worshipped me, and Indra became their enemy. Just see the condition of situation, mentality of the demigods. Whole life they were serving me. One particular they didn't serve me. Indra became so unhappy that he created havoc in Vrindavan. Torrents of rain he was flowing. It was all flooding. So demigods are ungrateful, is it not? Whole life someone has served you. In one particular year forgot to serve you, or because of some other reason, whatever, and you become so much offended. When demigods see that this particular person is worshipping another demigod, is not worshipping, they become offended again. Their ego is so thick. So how you can satisfy the demigods? There is no point. So therefore, a devotee doesn't want to worship demigods independently. We worship Krishna and it is already distributed. Because it is said that demigods are the part and parcel of Narayan Anga. They are the parts of the Narayan. And lastly, if you read Bhagavad Gita, you will find out wherever this bhakti is come, Krishna is saying Kevala Bhakti, Shuddha Bhakti, Abhabhicharana Bhakti. That is bhakti unto me, none other than me. Ananya Bhakti, Ananya Bhakti. Bhakti doesn't mean bhakti for many people. No, bhakti means Ananya. Only to me. Krishna is demanding. Why only to me? If a husband is demanding his wife, you should be with me. I am your sole protector. Is he wrong? No. This is the genuine demand. Whatever Supreme Court may say, it's bluff. The right understanding is wife and husband relationship means what? Wife must be chaste towards husband and husband must be protecting the wife. Similarly, living entities must be chaste towards Krishna and Krishna in return will give us protection. He is already giving us protection. So this is the meaning of this particular accepting Krishna as my Lord and Master. And when I accept Krishna as my Lord and Master, it is up to Krishna, he will protect me in all circumstances. Having this faith, Krishna will protect me in all circumstances. Krishna will protect me in all circumstances. That faith, fourth point. Avashya rakhibe Krishna Vishwas Padu. You will say Krishna sometimes put us in difficulty. Yes. It is said God prepares great men for great task by great trials. So if some difficulty is coming to us, great trials are coming to us because God is preparing us for great tasks. So having that faith, that if whatever difficulty is coming in my life is for the great purpose, and accepting it, those difficulties as Krishna's mercy, Krishna's gift, Krishna's merciful glance over us. Therefore we are surrounded by so many things, apparent difficulties in our life, so that we improve. It is said one who sweats during the happier times bleeds less during wars. What I said? One who sweats more during happy times bleeds less during war. If one has undergone certain difficulty in his life during exams, he's free. He doesn't bleed. So if whatever difficulty comes to a devotee, he accepts it as Krishna's mercy. Interestingly, the psychology of devotee and non-devotee is different. For devotee, if difficulty comes, his love for Krishna increases. The example is Pandavas. So much difficulty came to Pandavas, but Pandavas become even more inclined towards Krishna, more loving. But for non-devotees, difficulties come, they become averse to Krishna. So that is the check. After so many difficulties, am I coming closer to Krishna or going away from Krishna? If we are coming closer to Krishna, then we are actually heading towards surrender. If I after a difficult situation I am becoming averse to Krishna, I am leaving Krishna consciousness, that means I am far away from surrender. Because surrender aspect means Krishna will test you time to time. He will put you in difficult situation just to check your faith. Whether do you have this faith that I will protect you? A small child, when mother, have you seen doing this? So when he goes up, he cries. But when father catches, he laughs. So after some time he understands. Even if I'll go up, he still laughs. Why? Because now he has understood that ultimately my father is or my mother is there to catch me. Make sense? So similarly, when difficult situation comes, a devotee laughs. Why? Because he knows that Krishna is simply playing with me. So he is still happy. In the difficult times also, in fact he laughs, he enjoys. Oh, now Krishna is playing new game with me. Okay, well, I'll face it. Face with a very positive mindset, very happy heart. And is it not important for people to understand? People are committing suicide, people are getting into depression. They are not able to understand that Krishna is playing games with them. They are not understanding it because they do not have this knowledge. If they'll understand this philosophy of surrender, they'll understand, wow, difficulty means Krishna is playing with me. Krishna has special attention on me. And it's a good chance. Not only to solve the problem, but also to come closer to Krishna. So why not take it very seriously? In fact, they were devoted, those who were praying, Kunti prayed, constantly give me miseries, constantly give me anxieties, constantly give me stress. So that whenever there are problems, constantly give me problems. Because when there are problems, I'll remember you. I'll feel you are close to me. Kunti said, when we were in problem, you were always there with us. And when all the problems solved and our children become kings, now you're going back. No. Let these problems and calamities comes again and again. So that was her consciousness. With calamity, because she was not inviting calamities, she was inviting Krishna, you come. Because when calamities were there, you are always there with us. When we were in forest, you were there with us. When we were in difficult phases, you were always there with us. Now everything is done, Mahabharata war finished, now we are happily situated, now you are going back. So these problems are not so big problems. The big problem is that you are going back. It's more painful. These problems weren't painful. The painful situation is you are going back. And therefore devotees actually aspire for difficulties, because when there are difficulties, they naturally have. But of course sometimes there is a threshold. Oh, Krishna, now too much difficult. Now it's over. It's now I am not able to bear the burden. And then Krishna intervenes and solves the problems. So those who are practicing devotees, they have this understanding every time. New problem comes, new problem comes. Okay, fine, Krishna, you are playing with me. I'll tolerate. But then there is a threshold. Everybody have their own threshold limits. Everybody have their own level of competence to fight the problems and have faith or amount of faith. So Krishna gives them accordingly. 2 points I'll quote here and I'll then go to next one. One thing, have you seen a potter? Potter, what he does? He places one hand within the clay pot, and from outside he try to check what he's checking, the strength of the pot. His intention is not to break it. His intention is just to check the strength of this durability of the pot. Similarly, when Krishna is putting like this, so always remember there must be hand behind. So from one side he is checking our durability, he is checking our strength. From other side he is giving support. So that faith. So avashya rakhni Krishna means when you are seeing this coming, you also see this coming. Just have this vision. You getting? It is said tatya anukampa samikchamano bhunja nevatma krita vipakam hridvak upuvividam namaste jivet yo mukti pade sadaya bhak. It's a very beautiful verse coming in 10th canto Srimad Bhagavatam. It is said tatya anukampa susamikchamano. Samikshan, always have this positive attitude that Lord will show His mercy to me, or Lord is already showing His mercy to me. And if I am in a difficult phase as of now, maybe this difficult phase has come up because of my previous bad activities, and I am ready to, accept it. I am ready to. I am understanding that this situation has come in my life because of my previous bad karma, and I am ready to tolerate. I am tolerating it. I am ready to tolerate it. There is no doubt. But one day, Lord will show mercy to me. I am very hopeful. So what are the things? Hopeful that Lord will show Lord has showed a lot of mercy to me previously, and now also I am hopeful that in future He will show His mercy to me. He has not abandoned me. One thing. Second, Tatyanukampa Susamikshamano. Then Bhunja Nivatmakrit Vipaka means whatever problems are coming in my life presently, it is because of my bad karma, and ultimately this bad karma is exhausting in the form of these problems. If somebody is in problem, that means what? You have two accounts. One is account of bad karma and account of good karma. Say for example, there are two tanks connected with one pipe, and then there are two walls. Okay, so what nature does, or what Lord does? Okay, now valve of good karma is open. In one tank there is good karma, another tank there is bad karma. One valve is open. That means good karma valve is open, and bad karma valve is closed. Now what will come? Pain, pleasure will come. So whatever pleasure that we are enjoying is because of which valve is open as of now? Good karma valve is open. Then after some time, what nature will do? Switch off that good karma valve and open the bad karma valve. And then what will come? Bad karma means, that means pain is coming. Now tell me, if pain is coming, that means what is exhausting? Bad karma is exhausting. So we should be happy or should be sad? If pain is coming, that means bad karma is exhausting. One day it will completely exhaust. So when bad karma is coming, that means pain is coming and bad karma is exhausting. We should be happy or sad? We should be happy. And if good karma is coming, good results are coming, pleasure is coming, but ultimately remember that is also exhausting. Should we be very happy or sad? Tell me. Sad. We should be sad. That means in good times we should be sad. In bad times we should be happy. Why? Because bad karma is exhausting. It's good. But good time is good karma is exhausting.
He knows that bad karma is always coming after the good karma.
No, yeah, this is cycle. My Lord is opening one wall, closing another, then closing another wall and opening another. So this cycle is going on. Sometimes both walls close, little. So both little bad, little good results are coming. So one should not be happy in good times, because he must understand he is exhausting his piety. In bad times he is exhausting his bad karma. So he is more happy. So this is the philosophical understanding of good karma, good times and bad times. But people don't understand this thing. People want good times. They do not want bad times. But they forget that this good time means it is all you're exhausting your piety, and you're not creating new piety. You're not creating new piety, you're exhausting old piety, then what will happen? So bhunja nevatmakrit vipakam, whatever bad I am experiencing, it is because of my bad karma, and it is exhausting, it's good. And interestingly for devotee it is very nice. Krishna what he does, अगर आपका एक्सीडेंट होके हाथ कटने वाला तो केवल खरोच आएगी. If you're destined to go in jail for 1 year, you'll go only for 1 month. That is how Lord intervenes. So you face bad times, but it is very subsidized. That is the mercy of Krishna. We cannot see that. We do not see that. It should have been much more pain. It was actually meant for us, but we got very subsidized. So devotee sees in that way. So devotee sees that Lord will give me mercy one day. whatever bad times I am seeing, it is because of my bad karma, it is exhausting, it's good, let me tolerate it. And third is, while the time, what should I do? Let me engage myself in, with my heart, with my words, with my body, let me engage myself in Krishna's service. And who lives in this way? It is said, who lives his life in this way, then doors for spiritual world is wide open for that person. Mukti padesa daya bhag. Daya bhag means he become, daya bhag, you know what this word daya bhag? Rightful hire. So if your father owns 1 crore rupee property and your father dies, then you are the rightful or lawful hire of his property. But what qualification do you require to get that property? You are the only child, your father have crores of property, and your father dies. What qualification you require to get that property? Huh? You are already son. What qualification then what more qualification you require?
How to handle it?
No, even if you don't handle, you will get it anyway.
Take birth.
You have already taken birth from him. The only requirement is you just stay alive. It will come to you. You just stay alive. It will come to you. Similarly, you just stay alive in Krishna consciousness. How to stay alive? Number one, have faith that Krishna will show me mercy. He is already showing me mercy, he will show me mercy. Second, whatever bad karma is, bad times I am seeing, it is all because of my bad karma. Let me tolerate it. By the time, let me offer my respects, my prayers to the Lord. Let me offer my devotion service. If somehow or other I live in this way, I'll survive in this way. Just I live in this way. The result will be, I am the Daya Bhag, I am the rightful hire of the spiritual world. Simply I have to sustain, I have to live. A green mango, if simply it will remain connected to the plant, a tree, gradually it will turn into pulpy yellow mango. The only qualification required is to stay connected, that's all. Not much has to be done, just stay connected. Just have this faith that Krishna will show me mercy. Second, whatever bad time I am seeing, it's all because of bad karma, let me tolerate it, let me happily address it. And third, whatever time is there, whatever energy is there, let me offer my devotion service to the Lord in whatever capacity I can. If I'll simply live in such a way, I am the rightful hire of the spiritual world. As simple as this. So this is the point. That one must have this faith that Krishna will protect me in all circumstances. And fifth and sixth, last, accepting what is favorable for devotion service and rejecting what is unfavorable. You tell me what are favorable for devotion service. What are the things favorable for devotion service? Anything. What are favorable for devotion service? भक्ति के लिए क्या क्या favorable है?
भगवान के काम पे ज़्यादा
Note it down. A, B, C, D, E. What are the favorables for devotion service? A, B, C, D, E. Anywhere you go, if you do these 5 things, you can sustain in devotional life. A for association of devotees. Wherever you go, you came to Bhubaneswar, भक्तों के साथ रहिए, भक्तों का संग करिए. You go to America, you go to Bangalore, you go to Pune, you go to Hyderabad, you go to Delhi, wherever you go, make sure there are devotees. Associate with them. If you cannot stay with them, at least go weekends, spend time with them, make friends with them. Take online association, take Zoom association, take YouTube association. Best way is to make friendship with good devotees. Call them, talk with them, get inspired. So A stands for association. Anywhere you can do it. Today we have technology, we have first of all we have devotees all over the world. In any part of the world you will go, you will find devotees. Number one. Number two, unfortunately you will not find physical association, you will have virtual association. So association you can take anywhere and everywhere. These are the favorables for devotion service. If you want to sustain a devotion service, associate with devotees. And associate with devotees, those who are more mature than you, those who are more, more comprehensive in their spiritual lives. Take their associate. Find for such devotees. Associate with them. Learn from them. Hear from them. A stands for association. B stands for read books. Prabhupada has given us so many books. Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. Read them. Make points. Highlight. Use highlighter. Note it down the important points. Learn from them. Let the philosophy be very clear. B for books. Associating with books. Srila Prabhupada books mean associating with Srila Prabhupada. Read books about devotees. I am reading so many books related to lives of devotees. Prabhupada Lilamrit and other biographies of Srila Prabhupada. B for books. C for chanting. Anywhere, everywhere you can do. I have a book called Salted Bread. It is a story of devotees from Russia. I was telling this point. Have I told you? So devotees in Russia, they were put in jail. Siberian jails are the most dangerous jail in this world, with minus 30, minus 40 degree temperature. And they were beaten, they were bullied, they were abused. In jail, what they did? How they chanted? So they got bread. So they took bread, little water, and took a thread from their clothes, and this is how they made their beads. And they used to chant their 16 rounds every day, even in jail when they were so much abused and tortured. And jail, they used to give them pork. You know what is pork? Pig's meat. So they will not eat pig's meat. So they used to take bread and salt. So for 2-3 years they survived on eating bread and salt, just because they cannot take non-veg. Russian devotees. It is a story in 1980s. Russian was communist country actually, Russia. So much torture. So this entire story of this torture is being given in that book. I'll show you that book. I have that book, Salted Bread. The name of book is Salted Bread, because they were surviving on salted bread. You seen that book? Very heart touching. You'll simply cry. You'll simply cry reading that book. The amount of torture that these devotees have, experienced during their preaching reign in Russia. And today you see Russia is most Krishna conscious country. After Indians, you will find number of devotees. Russia is highest, because they have struggled a lot. So they have chanted even during their regime in jail. Yesterday I was reading when that Shyam Sundar, who was put in jail because of his drug business. So he said that Prabhupada taught me how to make beads in jail, and he was chanting. So chanting you can do anywhere and everywhere. It does not require anything. Even if you are ill, you are on your bed, you are in hospital, anywhere you can chant. So chanting can be done anywhere. So C stands for chanting. It's another favorables for devotional service. D stands for diet. Chanting and dancing are together. Chanting means chanting and dancing. D stands for diet. Diet means take Krishna Prasad. Now today you will go to any part of the world, you have this facility of Krishna Prasad. Diet is very important. You cannot take anything and everything. We take only Krishna Prasad. We offer it to Krishna and take it. D stands for diet. And E stands for engagement. Do something for Krishna in your capacity. If you become a doctor, you treat the devotees. If you can be an engineer, work for devotees. If you are a businessman, earn for Krishna and give your money for Krishna service. E stands for engagement. Do something practically. These are the favorables for Krishna service. Favorables for devotional service. Another favorables are following Ekadashi. Tomorrow is Nirjala Ekadashi. We will fast from water. Tomorrow is Nirjala Ekadashi. Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi. Tomorrow not even food, not even water also. Full fasting. If you can do, it's very good. If not, then subsidized. But the best is to fast from water also. So tomorrow we'll be fasting from water also. Whole day, whole night. Day after tomorrow we'll break the fast. So Ekadashi. So following Ekadashi is favorable. Going on pilgrimage, when going out for camps, tours. So devotees go to camps, Vrindavan camp, Mayapur, In Durga Puja holidays, we are going to Vrindavan. Most welcome, you all can join. We go to Mayapur, Vrindavan, South India. We have been to Simachalam and Kurma Kshetra a few days back. So, Jagannath Puri trip, camps. Go in association of devotees. Of course, not alone. Go in association of devotees. So, going to different pilgrimages, camps, tours, attending festivals, visiting temple, offering obeisances. So, these are all different components favorable for devotional service. And last is rejecting the unfavorables. So, what are the unfavorables that one must reject? Meat eating, gambling, intoxication, illicit sex, association with non-devotees. So, these are unfavorables. Gradually rejecting them. Say for example, if say tomorrow we have to attend a festival, we have to attend Mangal Aarti in a temple, and at night one friend says, okay, let's go for party. So you have this in mind, if I'll go to party, then I'll come by 12 o'clock, I won't be able to get up early in the morning, attend Mangal Aarti. So rejecting, oh sorry, I cannot come. I can come only if you can, if you can leave me till 10. After that, I'll come back. So that can be done. So prioritizing our activity in such a way that whatever is favorable, we can accept it, whatever is unfavorable, we can reject it. So this is how, these are the six aspects of surrender, Sharanagati. And one who tries to follow these 6 aspects, Krishna definitely listens to their prayers. Hare Krishna. Anything? Is it clear?
So meaning of diet.
Diet means Krishna Prasad.
Diet. ये तो पता है.
हाँ.
लेकिन ये जो favorable में.
फेवरेबल में कृष्ण प्रसाद खाने से भक्ति बढ़ती है. तो भक्त लोग वही खाते हैं जो कृष्ण को ऑफर्ड है. हम वो कुछ भी नहीं खाते जो कृष्ण को भोग नहीं लगा है. It's not just we are vegetarians, or it's not just we are not eating no onion garlic. Not we are vegetarian. Vegetarian is one platform. No onion garlic is another platform. But our platform is we are Krishnatarian, Prasaditarian. We only eat what is offered to Krishna. So we need to maintain that standard. Of course, sometimes it is practically difficult, but it is not every time difficult. If we plan accordingly, we can get. Say for example, I will be traveling to Bangalore tomorrow. So whole day, tomorrow is Nirjala fasting. Fine, nothing to eat, nothing to drink. But day after tomorrow, I will be reaching at 12 o'clock. So naturally, I require breakfast. So what I'll do? So I'll find out my train schedule from where all this train will go. So I'll find out the particular, and I'll request the devotees to send me prasadam. Say for example, I'll not find them. What I'll do? Can I eat anything from the pantry? No. What I'll do? I am Udiya now. I can take rice, put it in water, purchase some curd, have some tomatoes and some cucumber, keep a knife. Planning. I'll plan because day after tomorrow I'll reach at 12 o'clock. I need to have breakfast because whole day I have fasted. I need to have something. So I'll plan accordingly. So that means why I am planning, because I cannot eat anything from pantry. I cannot eat anything from outside. In worst situation, I can purchase fruits and offer mentally. Krishna kindly accept it. So prasadam we can get anywhere and everywhere. Simply you need to. So those who says, अरे onion garlic नहीं खाओगे तो कैसे जियोगे कहीं जाओगे तो? I am not eating onion garlic for last say 13 years. I am still surviving. My weight is gaining every time. So what's the loss? When we say that क्या मिलेगा अगर नॉनवेज नहीं खाओगे तो पार्टी में क्या खाओगे? तो पार्टी में क्यों खाएंगे फिर हम? जरूरत क्या है? ऐसी हमारी कम पार्टियां हो रही है क्या? So this we need to understand. The devotees do not starve. You'll never find devotees starving. Devotees always get. If you are practicing Krishna consciousness, if you are serious about your diet, anywhere and everywhere you'll get. Many times you must have seen that we are providing prasadam to devotees who are coming. From here we cook and we give it to them. Many devotees who are coming from outside, we arrange for their prasadam. Why we are arranging? Because they eat only prasadam. Similarly, if we only eat prasadam, whenever we go out, they'll arrange for us. It's a good relationship, anytime and every time. So what's the loss? So we are prasaditarian. We are not just vegetarians. We are not just vegans. We are prasaditarians. We only take prasadam. And Krishna supplies. When Prabhupada went to America, people were telling, Prabhupada, Swamiji, if you'll go to America, what you'll eat there? You'll just simply get some boiled potatoes. Prabhupada said, oh, fine, I'll survive on boiled potatoes. Once you'll see one photograph, Prabhupada is eating a big plate, silver plate with at least 50 items. So Prabhupada was eating, saying that people were telling me that I'll only get boiled potatoes, and just see Krishna's mercy. I'm getting so much prasadam. So Krishna acts. I have been to, like last year I was in Bangladesh. You know how many items they serve? Bangladeshi culture is they serve at least 30, 35, 40 items. At least 5, 6 varieties of sweets. Minimum. And the style is they give one item you eat, then give another item you eat, they give third item you eat, they give fourth item you eat. There is no scope of repeating item because 50 items, 40 items, how you can repeat it? Even if you eat little, you are already jammed. Because Bangladesh, they have this rich Vaishnava culture. So you cannot, so prasadam, and everybody loves prasadam. Wherever I go into Bhubaneswar, or wherever in Odisha I'll go, any officer, any industrialist, they say, oh, aapko Govinda's, it was very nice. So they talk about Govinda's restaurant. Why? Everyone likes prasadam. So so they are non-vegetarians, they are getting chicken, they are getting mutton. By what taste they are getting in prasadam? That it is like every time the prasadam, kab shuru hoga, aapko Govinda's restaurant band kiya hoga, kab shuru hoga. They are always in that eagerness. Because the prasadam had its whole spiritual component. People are coming from, so people from all over the world are appreciating prasadam. So if somebody will have this conviction, I will not eat non-veg, I will not eat onion garlic, I will only eat Krishna prasadam from today, don't think they'll survive. They'll starve. Krishna will somehow or other help them. Huh? Generally, we do not take demigod prasadam, but in different situation, different things arises. Anything else?
प्रभु एक बार जो बोलते हैं कि अगर तुम बुरे कर्म करोगे तो उसका फल तो पाओगे, लेकिन पूरी गया था मंदिर में बोले कि अगर जो मुक्ति मंडप जो वहाँ पे है, बोले कि जो पांडवा लोग थे हम, उन्होंने बहुत महाभारत युद्ध में बहुत सारे हत्याएं की, अपने परिवार लोगों को भी मारा, इसीलिए वो मुक्ति पाने के लिए जगन्नाथ धाम में वही मुक्ति मंडप पे बैठे।
फालतू बातें हैं, इन सब पे ध्यान मत दो।
और फिर बोले कि
ये सब एक्चुअली देखिए, these mukti mandap and whatever they are telling, they are not authentic Vaishnavas. We do not accept their knowledge. We have our own parampara of knowledge. Anyone, they may be servants of Jagannath, they may be worshipping him, but they are not authentic Vaishnavas coming in a parampara. ज्ञान हमको परंपरा में लेना चाहिए, कोई भी बोल देगा तो हम नहीं लेते हैं ना. Whatever they are saying is bluff. Our praman is Srimad Bhagavatam. What Srimad Bhagavatam is telling, what they are telling is not important. What Srimad Bhagavatam is telling is important. Pandavas are pure devotees. They do not need mukti. They are above mukti. Vaishnava philosophy means mukti is not the highest. Mukti is very low standard. Beyond mukti is bhakti. Our goal is not mukti. Our goal is bhakti. Number one. Number two, it is said for pure devotees. Bilva Mangal Thakur, there is one devotee called Bilva Mangal Thakur. He writes in one of his prayers, he said, Mukti Devi stands on the doors of devotees and requests them, kindly engage in your service. That means devotion, service, bhakti is higher than mukti. Our goal is not mukti. What is mukti? Nonsense. Kaivalyam narakayate. It is said it is hellish. So their philosophy and our philosophy they do not have any philosophy at all actually. And therefore the first session I told you this point. Whenever you go to any spiritual organization, you ask about their philosophy, not about their rituals. Rituals are secondary. Philosophy is important. So we are in ISKCON not because we have good rituals. We may not have rituals as good as Jagannath Puri temple. We may not have rituals as good as South Indian temples. But we are very strict about our philosophy. So therefore, we need to learn the philosophy. Rituals, anybody and anyone can do anything. Doesn't make any difference. Our understanding is the philosophy. Vaishnava philosophy. What is Vaishnava darshan? So we must, whenever you meet any spiritual personality or so-called spiritual personality or so-called spiritual organization, institution, the first thing you need to ask is what is your philosophy? आपका दर्शन क्या है? And then you have to understand, oh, I have learned this, in Bhagavad Gita says this and this person is saying this. Srimad Bhagavatam is saying this and this person is saying this. There are 3 parallel lines, note it down, 3 parallel lines. This is Sadhu, Guru and Shastra. What sadhus are saying or what Vaishnavas are saying. Guru means what the spiritual master is saying. Sadhu, Guru and Shastra. So these are 3 parallel lines. Make 3 parallel lines. Make 3 parallel lines. Parallel lines means, no, these are 3 parallels. 3 parallels. Sadhu means Vaishnavas. What the Vaishnavas are saying. Vaishnavas from different sampradayas, different cults. Vaishnavas. It must correlate with what your Guru is saying. And it must correlate what Shastra is saying. Shastra is saying something else, Vaishnava is saying something else, your Guru is saying something else. That is not possible. Whatever Shastra says must be spoken by the Vaishnavas. And your Guru must also say the same thing. If your Guru is deviating, that means your Guru is not Guru, he is a Guru. He is not Guru. He is a Guru. He is bogus. Somebody say, I am a Guru. What are you saying? Is it recommended by the other Vaishnavas? Is it recommended by the Shastra? If no, you are not a Guru, you are simply cheater. You are not a teacher, you are a cheater. So if anyone is saying anything, it must be correlated with Shastra. That was our first discussion. And therefore, what is written in Shastra, we must know. There are people who say, you worship anyone and everyone will go to the same destination. Have you heard this philosophy? People say like this, किसको भी मानो वहीं पहुंचना है. सर्वदेव नमस्कारम केशवम प्रतिगच्छति. किसी को भी नमस्कार करो केशव भक्ति हो जाती है. But that is abhidipurvakam, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Not to, Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita 7 chapter 20 verse. Kamasthit hetaggyana prapadyante anna devata. Those who have lost their intelligence because of desires, they go to other demigods. So Krishna is rejecting, no need to go to other demigods. Mam ekam sharanam braja, only come to me. And this particular set of people say, you worship anyone and everyone, you will get the same result. How? If you board a train that is going to Delhi, will you go to Bangalore? No. Krishna is saying Bhagavad Gita, yanti deva vratan devan pitni yanti pitivata bhutani yanti bhuteja. You worship demigod, you go to demigod, you worship Pitra, you go to Pitra Loka. So whoever you worship, you go to that destination. Do not come to me. Yanti madhyajino api mam, and who worships me, come to me. Krishna could have said, you worship anyone, you will ultimately come to me. Krishna should have said it in Bhagavad Gita, but he never says like this. That means what? So philosophically, what Shastra, we need to understand what is philosophy. This Ramakrishna Mission and Vivekananda, they have this philosophy. You worship anyone, you will go to the same destination. No, you cannot go. Krishna is saying you cannot go to the same destination. Who are you? If you worship Shiva, you worship Durga, you will worship Ganesha, you will worship Krishna, you will get same destination? No. They say no, anyone you worship, you will get same destination. So our philosophy is very clear. No, you cannot get same destination. If you worship any demigod, you will stay in this material world. You go to worship Krishna, you will go to Krishna Loka. The material world is temporary. Material world is created and then destroyed. Krishna Loka is eternal. How is it same? Material world is full of dukkha. Spiritual world is full of ananda. How is it same? Material world, even in Swarga Loka, there is pain and pleasure. Even in Swargaloka there is pain. Indra is always obsessed with this tension. Huh? Indra is always thinking, this is Amiya, he'll take my kingdom. The moment you do any kind of tapasya, anything special, Indra becomes fearful. Oh, Amiya is doing tapasya, now he'll take my kingdom. Then he'll send some apsara. So why is sending some apsara? Because of fear. That means fear is there in Swargaloka also. So our goal is neither to go to Swargaloka, our goal is neither to get mukti, our goal is to go to Krishna Loka, in Krishna's abode. So how the philosophy is same? How the destination is same? So we need to understand these philosophical points. And you have to point out which rascal is saying which point. You are saying this point, you are wrong because Bhagavad Gita says like this. We need to point out. So therefore we need to learn these principles. So no need to learn from Mukti Mandap sadhus, pandits, pandas. Learn from Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita will give you absolute knowledge. Okay. Thank you very much for your time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.